Hello everyone, my name is Barbara and I would like to welcome you all to our latest Novedge webinar episode. This week, character animation goes live. Live animation pioneer Gary Jesch brings 3D characters to life in real time using his 3D Digital Puppeteer software, so they can interact with audiences at special events, theme parks, and who knows, one day VR live experiences. No facial mocap needed, and just a microphone and a pen tablet. And you'll see what I mean very soon. Today's presenter, Gary Jesch, started working with virtual characters in the early 1990s, and now his company CHOPS Assoc Live Animation has created dozens of characters and is now offering the software solution for real-time animation, designed by a performer for performers. His goal is to expand performance animation to virtual reality applications and to help kids with autism. Before we get going, here's an overview of what we do at Novedge. Novedge is one of the largest online stores for design software. We offer a huge assortment of software solutions that cater to virtually every designer's need. Put us to the test and come visit our webpage at novedge.com. And for more daily software news and limited time promotions, also pay a visit to the Novedge blog and follow us on Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. Coming up next week, enrich your Bing collaboration by adding selective animation to your 3D PDF documents. Last but not least, today's webinar is free and is being recorded live. So if you want to re-watch this or any webinar episode in our collection, just head on over to Novedge's YouTube or Vimeo channels. And now I promise I will stop talking and I will start showing what this webinar is all about. Take it away, Gary.
Well, hello there, everybody. Thank you, Barbara, for that great introduction, and I'd like to welcome all of our folks here today. My name, as Barbara said, is Gary Jesch, and my company is CHOPS Associates Live Animation. Now, CHOPS has been around since 1996 when we first got into this live animation technology with facial motion capture, where I had dots on my face, little markers, and a camera and a helmet out here. And over the last 20 years, I've evolved to a much more dignified, casual type of setup where I could do some great animation. I'm going to show you a little bit about that here today. We're going to take you right into our new product that was just designed for folks like you to bring virtual characters to life, and it's called 3D Digital Puppeteer. And so let's take a look at where live animation might be used. For example, this is a video shot at a recent trade show that we did, and that character there is performing live in real time and interacting with trade show attendees, and that's been a large part of our work over the years. One of my colleagues is actually in the back of the booth sitting at her controls and animating this character in real time while it interacts with the audience. And the purpose was to increase booth traffic and to make the booth sticky. This is another character at a show that we did. That's a character by the name of Brash Landau. And Brash is pretty hilarious. He gets a chance to interact. And then this is one of our clients, actually, who decided to hop into the control booth. So picture a setup where you have a control booth that's backstage or hidden away, and the video and audio going out to the screens where the audience sees them. Now this one is kind of fun. We had a moving head projector that actually had the image there and moved it right onto the stage. And this is my friend William Hall from San Francisco. He is an improv actor, and at this particular trade show booth we had William interacting with one of our avatars in a kind of a scripted deal that was pretty hilarious. This one was done for Ford Motorcraft. This one we had two screens, so we dropped people to the booth and then pulled them inside the booth. And there's my character Chops up on the bubble screen. And that's a real interesting rear projection setup that catches a lot of attention because it's nice and round. And so we're known in the trade show industry and corporate special events industry as providing a really unique and interactive type of live experience that is unlike anything anybody's seen before. Now, some people may have seen a technology like this with a visit to Disney, either Orlando's Epcot Center or Los Angeles, California Adventure, where we're talking about the experience Turtle Talk with Crush. And if you've been there, you know that that's a live experience as well. And that's a Pixar designed software technology. So they're way at the high end of this live animation stuff, and we're kind of in an area that where it's more affordable and easier for everyday people like you to get your hands on it and to work with it. So I'm sitting here with my virtual reef right now, and let me just go ahead and bring in one of our characters from a show that we designed called My Fish People. And so I'm going to just switch over here and introduce the character called Marley. So let's stand by and I'll make that switch. Hi, everybody. Hey, it's me, Marley. It is so great to see you all live in real time here. Looking around, I see so many smiling faces. Oh, wait, those are fish faces. Can you do a fish face? I bet you can. Hey, Barbara, can you do a fish face?
Oh, of course, but you won't get to see it today.
Oh, darn. I'll see it in your next selfie then, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't have any selfie cameras down here under the water, unfortunately, but I do have some cool friends. Let's take a look and see if we can get some of my friends in here, okay? So we got a bunch of real characters here. Where are they? Oh, come on in, guys. Oh, look at that. Hoo-hoo. Wow, there's Delta. Hi, Delta. And there's Genus. And the cool thing about this, Barbara, is that these guys are also animated live in real time because today we actually have 3 systems and they're all generating woohoo avatars simultaneously. Isn't that amazing? Of course, it's a little tricky for me to animate them all myself, but let's give it a try. Let's go first over to Genus. Hello there. Hey, welcome everybody. It is so great to see you here today. I don't know, it's just one of those things.
That is awesome that you can do this on your own.
Well, I'm doing my very best. Let's see if we can get Delta to say hello here. Hey, Delta. Hey, Murphy, Marley, how you doing there? It's great to see you. Hey, I'll tell you what, that's an awesome deal here going on with avatars coming out of our ears, isn't it? I mean, wow. And imagine 3 avatars and only 1 puppeteer. Ooh, that's incredible.
It is incredible, Gary. And I also want to warn everybody that in the recording, while you see the webinar, sometimes because of the internet, the image look a little pixelated, but I can guarantee you there's no pixelation in the live screen that Gary's showing. It's it's a webinar platform that creates a little delay, but that's otherwise,
Well,
yeah, I know it's very sad, but it looks great. It's
yeah,
just yeah, it's just the
yeah.
speed of the internet and all these wonderful things, but they look great otherwise.
Well, yeah, and you
Something
know,
said,
it's not too much to worry about because you know everybody's experience might be a little bit different too. So you know
yes.
we hope that this is all just going to bring a smile to everybody's face. And I thank you very much, Genus, and thanks Delta for coming on board here. We're going to say goodbye to you guys, and we'll get you back later if we can.
Thank you, guys.
So that was quite the fun experience. You should have been seeing me here. I'm speaking into this microphone here to make Marley's mouth move, and then I have another system off to behind me over here, and then right in front of me I have my laptop going where Delta was animated from. But that's one of the exciting things about this technology is that really we're only running off of one of the most economical high-speed computers that there is on the market right now, which is this little Dell Alpha, and that's this thing right here. And since our system requires NVIDIA GeForce graphics processing, the Delta, or the, I'm sorry, I'm getting my names mixed up, the Alpha computer here has that built in, and you can buy one of these for $400 is all. And so that's a great suitable computer platform for our 3D Digital Puppeteer software. And then as far as how we're doing the animation, you know, we had mentioned that we're using a graphics tablet to control the avatar. And so you can see that's right here. So it's got this layout on it. And so, for example, when I'm touching here in the center of the tablet, that moves his head, and then across the top are these virtual sliders, and those do the emotions. And Barbara, what do you think? Shall we take a little bit closer look at that?
Sure.
Okay, so this is what I mean when I say the across the top. So now I have this display showing actually the control layer, right? And so my cursor is right here in the center underneath Marley, and see when I'm touching down, I'm moving it up and down, and that's moving his head like that. And then these here are virtual sliders, so they're at 0 at the bottom, and then as I press and go up, they bring in 100% of the facial expression. So here's sad is a good one. So we'll touch down and see that's like about 90% of sad, and then here we go to 100% of sad. So it really allows me to demonstrate a lot of nuances. And we've built all of these expressions in 3D Max, in Autodesk 3D Max. And then they become part of our characters file set. And every character that we create has variations, have their own different sliders, and then their animations are all different, and we'll show you a bit of that too. So the lip sync is automatic. We make the mouth morph targets in Max, and then that's how we control the face. And then the eyes are controlled here with this joystick. And right now in front of me here, I've got an industrial joystick, and so I just move it left and right and up and down, and that gives me full eye control. And we've also added the Xbox game controllers joystick now, so we don't have to, our clients don't have to invest in an expensive industrial controller. They can just simply control the eyes with the game controller, and that's what I was using back here to control Genus, just up here on the either the joystick controls or on the D-pad. We can switch back and forth between the two. And I think eventually we're going to be actually offering this where we can do all the various controls of the avatar just from the game controller. That's one of our goals. Eventually we might be able to eliminate the tablet altogether. But for right now, we print out a piece of Mylar plastic with the control layer imaged onto it, and so I can actually turn off the grid now, and I can reference where I am in the controls right here off of the pen tablet. And this is a Wacom CTH 680, which is just the right size for doing this type of work in real time. So you can see it's really compact. Joystick, pen tablet, and headset with a microphone on it. And then also up here we have our webcam. Now let's tell you a little bit about what the webcam is all about. So you know, when I was mentioning that I'm in a closet performing and I need to have a way to see and hear what's going on out on the audience side. So I'm going to bring up a control menu here for my webcam. And let's take a look here. So now with this control menu, I'm actually able to do this interactively, live in real time. And I'll select my webcam. And then it'll bring it up, and you can see now it's in the lower right-hand corner of the webcam image. And I can move it anywhere on the screen that I want to place it. Normally the lower right seems pretty handy. And I can change its size. And so normally this would be where I would be seeing like the audience and hearing them with the webcam audio, which is on a separate tab here. So, and then I can turn it off. And then this sets up the audio here. I've got full control over that. And I've also got full control over the audio mix. And this is a really important part that we designed in. So the performance audio source is my headset microphone, and I can set the scale, in other words, how actively it moves the mouth. And also we have a trigger point. So if we have a lot of noise in the room, here, let me move him over here a little bit, then we can actually block out the extra room by resetting our trigger. And then this directs the output. So basically any computer device would show up here, would be either USB or an HDMI cable connection to a big screen TV. All of these various outputs show up, and we have built-in delay just to get perfect lip sync. We can adjust this a little bit, and then we can also set the volume for not only the performer speaking, but also our system has sound effects and music backgrounds and things like that, so they can be set here as well. And that's all, as I pointed out, set in real time by the actor, so that you don't have to go to a menu. So those are just a few of the things that are in the controls right here live in real time, Barbara.
I love to hear it from a fish. Let me tell you, it looks really fun. You have my attention completely.
Oh, great. Well, the thing is that a lot of times people think that, you have to have like facial motion capture to be able to get interesting, realistic expressions from your avatar. And I just found after many years of performing that I was puppeteering with my face, and I thought, well, this could get kind of exhausting after a while, especially if a fellow has to do a long trade show gig or whatever. So now, instead of puppeteering with my face, I can just simply, puppeteer with the tablet here, and I can have my avatar doing whatever I want, all of these different facial expressions, and they come off very effective without me having to go home at the end of the day with, sore eyes and that type of thing. So much easier to do. And of course, the nice part about it is there's no calibration required, and if I have to just kind of walk away, I can just set it. And look at that, he just stays, cool. I mean, the show must go on, right?
Yes, yes, and the range is impressive of all the facial expression. It's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. We actually developed that range artistically ourselves as part of the character development. So I work with my live animation artist out of Southern California, Tom Knight, and he and I design all of our characters working together as a team. And so we will design, like, say, whatever we want 100% of the facial expression to be. And then we finesse it to get the controls just right. And so I guess that's a good segue into showing another character, isn't it? So let's do that.
Let me ask a question to our audience, because somebody said they lost the video for a moment. Is this still the case? Please let us know, and we'll try to fix it.
All right. We could take a quick look at our tweet chat board here as well. And so, folks, if you're on Twitter and you want to send a message across here, question or anything, I'm happy to do that. Just add hash live animation to it, and hopefully it'll show up here on our board, and your comment, and that will all show up here, okay? So I'll check that. Are there any questions at this point, maybe, Barbara?
No questions. No questions so far. Just a comment about the screen. Hopefully the screen is back, so I don't see any more complaints.
Oh, okay, super. So I'm going to take you into our main menu a little bit by hopping out here. And you saw me reaching over for this little device. This is actually a remote control keyboard that I have for the alpha. So because the Alpha doesn't come with its own keyboard, but this is a little wireless keyboard with a little touchpad and a couple of buttons on it for left and right click, and that comes in real handy also. So we're going to take a look here at our main menu. Let me just pop that open and go back over here to the screen. So here, Barbara, a couple of the things that we can do is, of course, set the various control devices. And then we also have control over the output, so we can actually take it up to whatever resolution. I've got the Alpha running at 1280 by 720 now, but our system actually will output all the way up to 4K and fully anti-aliased. And we can also do image rotation in the system, which it comes in handy if we want to operate in portrait mode on one of those big screen displays. And then down here is the remote screensaver settings, and that's our screensaver technology is what we use to get all three characters on the screen simultaneously. And so what we've done there is we've connected three computer systems together across a small hardwired LAN network with a network switch, and then our screensaver software actually lets us layer the various screens coming in from the LAN, one on top of the other. So that is how that worked out. So we're going to go and take a look at some of the characters that we've created over the years. And some of you folks might have seen our babies, the dancing babies, and we can just kind of hop over there for a minute to see Baby J. And just a little bit of a caveat on Baby J while I'm animating him here, and that is that I don't have my sound device in line here, so you're going to kind of hear Baby J as an older guy. Okay. I guess I could try to kind of talk like a baby, but otherwise I use one of these Roland voice transformers there, Barbara, and that seems to be pretty effective in terms of.
Yeah, it's very entertaining with either voice. It's super fun.
Yeah. So with Baby J, this is what he looks like, and we can easily put two babies into the scene here, Baby D and Baby J together. So let me take a second to do that, and while I'm doing that, I just got to go over to my other computer for a quick second, and then we'll get Baby D going. And so the fun part about this is that let's see if we have him here now. I think we should. And so we'll get rid of the background again, and then we'll bring him in. There we go. What do you think, huh?
It's twins.
Yeah, well, kind of sort of twins. So I can make a couple of real-time adjustments. And just to show you that we've got some animation going here, I'm going to have Baby D kind of warming up here a little bit, you know, while he's going. But he can't talk, so he's just going to smile, okay? There we go. There you go, Baby D. And so Baby J is going to be doing all the talking here. And so these animations that these two guys are doing are actually, we used motion capture at the Jim Henson studio down in Hollywood. And we captured, working with Motion Analysis Corporation, and we captured an actress who is very good at dancing and pop dancing. And we asked her if she could do a special one just for us. And so let me see if I can get that set off here. And you may have to just kind of bear with me here a little bit on this, but let me give it a try.
Sure.
There we go. Oh. We got them. They're a little out of sync, but you know, that's
I know this one.
Yeah, this is Gangnam Style, one of your favorites, isn't it, Barbara?
Oh, yeah.
And so all the time that they're dancing, they can be singing and also looking around and having different facial expressions, you know, and eye movements. So it is really, and this is all being done live right now. And all I did was I just triggered our motion capture keyframe sequence for the Gangnam Style dance. And they would be actually in sync if I just was a little bit more careful about when I started it.
Not
So,
bad, not bad. They look
not
great.
bad.
And this
Yeah,
is, real time.
yeah, that's just
It's
about a half
amazing.
a beat off.
Yeah.
So yeah, so a lot of times, like when we're putting a show together here, we're actually rehearsing, right? Just like an actors would, and so we're rehearsing our moves so that when it comes time to do our bit, we have the animation down just right. And oftentimes we can record a live animation show, from scratch and put it right up on YouTube in a matter of minutes. And so this is another one of the cool aspects of our technology here is that, we can do these animations and produce these shows really quickly and inexpensively, and we can do them every day, which when you say to somebody, oh yeah, I can do a fresh animation 5 minutes long every day. If you've been doing traditional animation, you would be like, no, that would be like 20 guys all working on the same piece at the same time. But
Yeah, I hope whoever is listening gets many ideas. I'm getting a lot of ideas for application. I
yeah,
want to, yeah, I would use it every day.
well, for sure, and one of the cool things about it, and we haven't really been doing that much because we're really into the software end of things and the character creation, but now Amazon is also opening up a pay-per-view model as well. So if somebody wanted to put together their show with their animated characters, you could do it on both YouTube and Amazon now and make a nice income off of your shows if you were able to get them to be popular. So as an animation artist, live animation artists, we want to try to express ourselves and try to share our inner feelings and our view of humanity, if you will, live in real time as artists, as performance artists. And this gives us a great opportunity to do that because, as you can see here on the screen, if I'm not animating it, these characters, they just don't do anything. But as soon as I get into it and that, then I get to express myself through this art form. And so that's real exciting about it. So what do you think? Shall we take another question or two? Are there any questions on your
No,
end?
there's no questions actually. I think everybody's
Okay.
mesmerized, and I'm writing down a list of the things I could do if I had this.
Oh, there you
I don't
go.
know, giving me ideas by the minute. And when, if you want to prove that, I mean, the screen is looking great, and if there were some pixelation, and you were also a little pixelated, so I'm wondering, are you real or are you an avatar?
Ah,
Wasn't me,
right.
you, Gary.
Right.
Who's your
Well, yeah.
puppeteer? But to prove that, it's not the characters, it's just a broadcast. So,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
is it?
Well, actually, GoToMeeting has really been a successful platform for me over the years. And sometimes it just depends on, how it is on your end. So, for example, you could have a different experience because of GoToMeeting in San Francisco there versus somebody even in another country. I've actually used GoToMeeting to do this demonstration to a person down in South Africa, and they had a great time. We're using the webcam aspect because we really want it to be seen as live video, not desktop sharing, which is only a
No,
minute.
no, you could not explain it with just, one screen. We had to see you perform. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very glad we got to see this.
Hey, thanks. So let's go take a look at another character then while we're here, and I will switch over to
Sure.
one of our newest characters, and this is a guy that we call Bracket, and you're going to like this one. Now, with all of our characters, we can switch camera views. And on Bracket, his mouth is a little excited here, so I'm just going to kind of back it off, and I can kind of see when I want to stop it so that it's not all that action filled, right? So now here's Bracket, and let's do something fun here. Let's go ahead and we're going to switch here, okay? So now you see that Bracket is speaking at the same time that I am, right? And
So
so
Bracket is
you can,
really you. That's for
Bracket
you.
is really me, yeah, yeah. And what a great looking guy he is, and he's got all these funny expressions to his, got kind of that sad thing and that kind of wild deal. I think, wouldn't he make just like a great Republican presidential candidate?
You stole my thoughts.
Oh, well, there we go, huh? Yeah, so I guess you could ask for transparency to be a setting, then.
Yes. You wish.
I know. That's the programmer in me just trying to make a little funny joke here.
No, but here's an idea. Now, in this election times, I could see many applications for your software.
Yeah, exactly. All sorts of fun things. And of course, we already know that politicians, they already have a puppeteer of their own, so it wouldn't really be that much different, would it?
Exactly. They just can stay in their hotel room and let the avatar speak up at convention and conferences.
Yeah,
Sounds good
yeah.
to me.
Yeah, exactly. So a whole lot of fun here with Bracket, and let's hop over to another character now, and I'll show you a thing we did here. And thanks for bearing with me on that one. Let's go back over to our main menu, and here on the main menu, I guess we should definitely pay our tribute here to CHOPS. CHOPS has been my main avatar here, and let me just kind of switch some stuff off of that. There we go. So as I was saying, we can bring in any kind of interesting backgrounds as video files. There's Chops. Hello, Barbara. Chops in the house. Yeah.
Hi, Chops.
There you go. Hey, Barbara. This is awesome being here with you. I'll tell you what. And as you can see, Chops doesn't have anybody.
That's all right. Another
Yeah,
talking head.
yeah, there we go. But here he is in the newsroom, and here he is in front of a client logo, so lots of different things we can do. And uh-oh, he kind of must have seen somebody over there off the other side. And,
Oh my
what can
gosh.
you say about Chops, so
I think he has the right hair color. I think the hair color is very popular
there
these
you
days.
go. Yeah. A lot of people wonder if you can really trust a redhead, though, so I don't know. We'll have to work on that a little bit. But as I was saying, we can do overlays as well. So see how Chops can actually go behind a graphic as well as in front of it. So our system has backgrounds and overlays, and then also we can play sound effects from the keyboard. So you got a lot of different choices there for jazzing up any show, any performance that you can come up with. And maybe Chops is lying a little bit, but I'm not.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, there you go. And here's a little cutout. This is handy, yeah. The cutout is kind of handy. Say you're doing a projection onto a dimensional screen, a shaped screen, so you can keyhole it so that you're not over projecting
Cool.
onto it. And so that's just one of the cool things here about Chops. So let's see. Yeah, moving on a little bit here. Shall we check on the questions here and see if we've got any questions?
Yeah, we don't have any questions. I don't know if Twitter has some tweets, but no, the audience is just listening and watching. That's good.
Great.
I think it's, you make it look so easy. That's what it is, I think.
Yeah. Well,
It's your fault.
Well, in terms of it being easy and whatever, part of that is having confidence as an actor and a performer, right? Because when you get onto a stage or in front of people, confidence is a big part of the thing. But over the years, especially since I got into working with kids with autism, I'm working with a lot of children now, and the tablet controlling the avatar with the tablet and the joystick is really almost intuitive. And so that's why we've stuck with this model. Even though people are saying, oh, well, you know, what about why the tablet and this and that? It's really a simple and easy way to do performances for extended periods because, you know, nothing is getting tired. You're just kind of holding the pen loosely, working on the tablet here. If anything, it takes a lot of focus to watch what's going on and listen to the spy camera, right, and the audience so that you can see and hear them and listen carefully to the things that they're saying so that you can make your avatar respond properly in a performance situation. And so that's when it kind of gets to be a little more complicated and more like, you know, driving a race car, if you will, as an analogy. You know, you've got a couple of screens to watch all the time and you're doing stuff and focused, but a whole lot of fun.
I bet, yeah. A little multitasking never,
Yeah.
never hurts.
Well, yeah, and I mean, as an artist, that's when you kind of get to get into the performance aspect of it. So that's pretty fun. So let's switch over again then. Now, this is a character that was developed through our work with children with autism, and this is Malachi. And Malachi is designed to look like a regular teenager, but his behaviors and his aspects of his face and whatnot, and that we've designed to simulate what a child with autism might be going through. And so let's take a look at the control layer for him. I'm just going to turn off the backgrounds for a second so that you can kind of see. So here are some of his facial expressions: angry, sad, disgust, surprised, and then eyebrows and that. But over in here, these are more keyframe animations. So let's, we got a little, he's got a cell phone like any other teenager. There you go. And so now he's going to send Barbara a text. See that?
He's gonna, yeah, he's Snapchatting me because he's a teenager.
There you go. That's funny, yeah, Barbara.
Well, that's what teenagers do.
Yeah, you have a couple, so you know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So this is a little sequence that we designed, and okay, so then say maybe he's going to be in a pose that he's going to kind of come up, and his arms are going to come up like this, right? And so when we created this one, we actually used our Kinect, Microsoft Kinect device for mocap for this one. And so this is a simple keyframe animation, and it'll stop here in a second, or then Arms Crossed 2 is a looping version of it. So he'll just sit here and do this all day long. We could walk away from the computer, and this loop would run and run and never get interrupted till we came and got it. And,
so I have a question. How is the interaction with the autistic kid with the avatar? So do they learn from the avatar? Did they relate to the expression? And they see, what expected from them?
Yeah,
How
totally.
is that helping them?
So here's a little photograph. So this is the real life Malachi here. And he's sitting here with his headset on and his tablet and his system. And so basically, he learns how to control the avatar to model a positive behavior that he's been taught. So
that's amazing.
We start out with him in front of the audience screen with this therapist watching the avatar talk. And then the therapist explains to him, the concepts that we're showing him, the goal for that day. And the goal for that day might be to introduce himself, just to say, hi, my name is Malachi, what's yours? So that's a social skill that he might need to be taught. So the therapist works with him on that skill, and the avatar is on the screen, and the avatar interacts with him and the therapist simultaneously, right? So, and he's watching that. So when it comes time for him to be the puppeteer, then he gets to control the avatar and go through the same process. And so he can demonstrate that he learned it. And also we found that it's just kind of neat that the avatar is a cartoon. It's less intimidating and more, than an adult or whatever when it comes to teaching lessons. And so that's another big plus for the avatar experience in autism.
Yeah, that's amazing. That makes totally sense. And the social use for this kind of technology, wow, with so many implication and you know, future
Yeah.
application. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Looks
totally. One of the things that we hope to be doing in the near future, you had mentioned VR, virtual reality, as being one of our goals. And the thing, the picture there for our audience is if anybody is into the VR headsets and that, imagine putting on a VR headset and seeing our avatar interacting with you there. That would be
wow.
pretty
Yeah,
cool, wouldn't it?
it would. It would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as you turn your head and look in different directions, the avatar is like moving away from you. So like, we could position the avatar so that he's in the relative center of the scene or to one side or the other in a fairly complex scene built out in 3D, just kind of like the babies are or whatever. And
Yeah.
you could be able to look around that scene in virtual reality and have the avatar speak with you. So great possibility for a completely digital game show, for example, right?
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's
this was all, yeah, all
that's
stunning.
yeah. Thank you. That's another fun area that we are looking forward to exploring. And a lot of virtual reality content has yet to be like invented, right?
Yeah.
so so we hope to be part of that and bring our interactive avatars into VR experiences as well.
Well, you're on the right track. Definitely, you're not going to miss the VR train, as I can tell.
Oh,
That's
well,
good. You
thank you
got a
so
good
much.
idea.
Well,
Yes.
I hope that the folks online here have enjoyed this. And do we have the microphones open now? Can we unmute
Um,
them and see, or how are we doing in that department?
yeah, the microphones are open. So there's a couple of listeners. I think they are from overseas, but if they want to say hi and check in and say hi and ask some live questions, they sure can. Um, but, no pressure, but you can speak now if you want and say hi to me or Gary or Chops or all the characters. I think I hear some like very far away sounds, so I don't know if they are trying to communicate or and they can't, or I don't know, Gary. I don't want to, I don't want to force hands.
Sure, no worries. I just wanted
Yeah,
to give people the opportunity to be a part of our show here today, because we do think that audiences are a big part of what's happening here.
absolutely.
So, hey, Morphe, you want to join us? Oh, sure, this would be great. I'll tell you what, this was a lot of fun interacting with everybody here. And, I hope that our audience really got a taste, just a little taste of what we're doing and how much fun it can all be, right?
This was very fun and instructive. Yeah, even kids can do it, so maybe me too. Who knows?
Oh, hey, Barbara, that would be awesome. I'll tell you what, if it was you, I think we would let you be, though, Morphe with the pink and the
Oh,
eyelashes. What do you think? That would be
it's
fun, wouldn't it?
it looks just like me. It's like you know me.
Perfect.
Fantastic. No, thank you so much, Gary. And I want to remind everyone that this video has been recorded and will be posted on our YouTube and Vimeo channels as early as probably tomorrow. So, tell your friends and whether you're a performer or just interested to the technology and wanted to see how easy it is to animate a new thought of application that Gary didn't think about, I think that's a great thing. There's things that you can do that they're up to you. And so thank you for attending, everyone. And I want to remind you to follow us on Facebook, Google Plus,
That's
Twitter.
right.
We're always
Yeah.
there for promos. And thanks again, Gary. This was super fun. And to find out about 3D Digital Puppeteer pricing and how to get it, and there's monthly rental, there's all the characters that you can get, and come on over to Novedge, novedge.com, and search for CHOPS and Associate on our huge catalog. But you can easily find it, trust me. And this was fun, Gary. I sure appreciated the great show, and also to see you doing it live, and the behind the scene. That was very, how do they do it? That's how.
Great. Well, thanks very much. It was great to be here, and I look forward to getting together again soon, Barbara. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye
Take
bye,
care.
everybody. Have a great day.